is Manu Karan. I head the rooftop solar business, what we call as distributed generation. Distributed generation is on-site generation as opposed to centralized generation elsewhere and then transmitting over the transmission line. What I'm here to talk about is how solar is available today in place of diesel. It's not tomorrow, it's today. For every one of you, anybody in the industry, it is very, very applicable. And just establish your credentials, what Sunedison and MEMC, MEMC is the parent company.
Yeah, but on conference.
Sunedison is one of the largest.
Give you a call, I'll call you, I'll call you in the evening. Yeah, okay.
In India, we've done about
sure, Andy.
20
tell me
we've done about 55 megawatts. 25 megawatts, the top left corner is a picture of our installation in Gujarat, Chalangapur. At the bottom is the Narmada Canal 1 megawatt installation. On the canal to reduce water evaporation as well as increase power generation.
Yeah.
On the right top corner, we have our largest single site installation, which is 72 megawatts in Italy. And the bottom is on the right is a Coles installation. It's a retail chain in the US.
Okay.
300 kilowatts on the rooftop of this company. In here in Chennai, we've done a 100 kilowatt rooftop power plant for Standard Chartered Bank, Scope International, on Harrows Road, just opposite the passport office. So this is a thin film installation where we're selling energy to the company instead of making it. So we do private PPAs as well. And we've also done a bunch of installations in colleges and schools. This is a 50 kilowatt installation at Shivali Public School in Chandigarh. Right, and here we use monocrystalline, the most efficient panels, and string inverter, the latest technology.
Okay.
Basically, what I want to talk about is this is an overview of German solar energy market.
I need to check the
Germany is the largest solar energy market in the world. At the bottommost row, you see that the solar farms constitute about 15% of their entire installed base. On the topmost row, you'll see that building integrated photovoltaic, which is basically using panels as your roof or as glass panes. That's less than 1%. But what the majority of the market is, which is about 84%, is the middle row, which is all rooftop solar. So, right, the 9% of residential, 53% of small commercial, social, agricultural buildings like warehouses and stuff. And finally, large commercial buildings, more than 100 kilowatts, that's 22%. In India, that's where the market is today for solar PV. It is available for you today, and I'll walk you through why it makes sense. Let's take this yellow part is how a solar generation per day looks like. It starts sometime around 6:37 in the morning and goes to about 6:37 in the evening. It peaks at around 1. And what most people have the misconception is solar can take you off the grid completely, right? And what I want to tell everybody is solar is not meant to be a primary source of power at the cheapest rate you can get it at. It's only a supplementary source of power. Once you understand this, it's much easier to figure out where to use solar and how to use solar. Let's consider two kinds of demands from a building. Right? There is a commercial building, for example, and an industrial building. I'll walk through the commercial building first. The commercial building is the blue line that starts low, and at about 6:30 in the morning it starts rising. The demand starts rising in terms of your computers turn on, your air conditioning turns on. It peaks just with the sun. As it gets hotter, your compressors run more. The demand goes all the way up, drops sometime in the evening, and then again goes up because of the lighting loads of the night. Right? So that's that bell-shaped curve. And an industrial load is that line parallel to the x-axis on top, which is basically you have industries running 3-4 shifts. They're trying to maximize their the usage of all their machines, so the load is pretty much constant. What solar can do in its purest form is it cannot help you in the morning. It cannot help you in the night on the other side as well. But it can help you very, very well during the daytime. If you understand this, you'll figure out how to use the solar. So it can help beautifully to cut your peaks, which comes up with compression loads. This is a 7-day generation data on one of our existing power plants. This is a 1 megawatt power plant which we installed on the roof of a industry in the US. What you'll see here is 7 peaks. So each peak stands for a single day of generation. 7 days. 2 things you have to take away, actually 3 things. 1, solar will produce every day without fail. Solar produces different amounts every day because of the availability of sunlight, right? And finally what you see is if solar did not exist, that black line will be extending all the way to the top. That is basically the demand from your other power source, which is your grid or diesel generator or whatever it is, would have gone all the way up, but solar can help you cut those peaks every day. What does this mean in an Indian context, right? In the Indian context today, for example, in Tamil Nadu with all these power clampdowns for industries, they support the base, the grid will only support the base usage, your constant usage, base load, what they call the base load. And if the grid is off, if you're having a power cut, you have one diesel generator doing that. But there's a second diesel genset which is constantly running for all the peak loads, right? And that's where you're trying to fit solar into in your whole picture, right? That means solar, you're comparing it to diesel. Let's walk through some economics, just to give you an idea. On the first column here, where you're talking about 100 rupees, it's a sample 100 rupee economics. If 100 rupees is the cost of solar, 30 rupees is you can get from the government, from subsidy, from the MNRE. 23% will be released by 100% accelerated depreciation. And your effective cost is only 47 rupees. This is if you go the subsidy way. If you go the subsidy way, you have to use Indian manufactured panels, which is a little more expensive. About 10% more expensive than if you import panels from outside India. If you go without subsidy, you can do that, and hence I call that cost 90 rupees as the cost of the system. You don't get subsidy on that, your effective system cost comes to about 61 rupees. In the subsidy way, you can only get a 100 kilowatt maximum, whereas the non-subsidy way, you can do any size. And the installation times 6 months for a subsidy, because you take almost 3 months or probably even more, wait for the subsidy to come through from the government, and the rest is you can do it today. So 3 months is the maximum time it takes for installation. So in effect, I think the last row here is what you're trying to look for. With or without subsidy, your approximate cost of ownership of power from solar is 6 rupees, 7 rupees. With subsidy, without subsidy. Approximately. In Chennai, based on the amount of generation, this is what it can be. Tamil Nadu in general, you can hit these numbers. And here I am only considering solar has to be a 10-year asset. And solar lifetime is, solar power plant lifetime is 25 years. If you just take it as 10 years, those are the numbers we're talking about. And you're comparing that to 13 to 16 rupees of diesel generator cost per unit of electricity. Half. Easily by half. You can cut it. So, those are the numbers you really need to be thinking about. So, if you compare the 10-year operating cost, the first bar that you see, the big bar, that's the diesel generator cost. Right? And with or without subsidy, solar is going to make sense. Huge amount of value added. Huge. I consider diesel price to be 44 per liter, which is what it is today. And I'm assuming it goes up by 5%. In reality, it goes up by 10% in the past, not 5%. But even if you take this 5%, these are the numbers you're looking at. So with or without subsidy, your payback should be less than 3 years. Less than 3 years. And after that, you can get free power for 21 years. Consider that way. There are cases where for AA and AAA rated customers, which is basically who you can bank for, the bankable customers, for sure your payments are assured. There are companies like Sun Edison who will be willing to put up the solar power plant on your roof and sell you energy, right? And what we do is we either put up the power plant ourselves or we find a third party investor to put up the power for you. We give them a 16% return. I mean, they need money for, they expect return for investing in a solar power plant, right? Even after that, we can do energy rates of 7 and 8 today. Right? So, no matter what, diesel just does not make sense. That's one of the things I like to say. A lot of people try to ask me if... Those two mics are closed. No? Check. Oh, reminder for me. Yeah, this is the last two slides. A lot of people ask me what happens on a rainy day, how does the generation look like? So what I got is the Chennai power plant. This is shot as of this morning. This is generation data captured as of this morning for this month. As you're probably aware, this month is not the best month for sunlight. We've been having rain, etc. So I have two great examples of full sun days where a 100 kilowatt plant produces 500 units of electricity almost where it produces probably 230 units. So it just doesn't stop producing, it produces less. But no matter what the condition is, as long as there is light, there will be power produced by the solar power plant. This is a generation day when there was great sunlight. It was producing, this is on July 5th, and it produced about 17.8 kilowatt hours for 15 minutes. And this is another day, this is a bad day, this is a rainy day. You can see the generation, what it looks like. When it rained and when there was clouds and all kind of things. The peak production was only 10 kilowatt hour for 15 minutes, but still produced 233 units. So finally, solar is a 25-year investment. All of these economics work if it keeps producing, right? And the biggest fallacy is most people think solar, just because it doesn't have any moving parts, there's no service required. That's not true. You need to maintain it well. And so hence I conclude by just saying, how do you pick a solar service provider just to ensure that you get great returns on your investment? Pick a company that you think will last 25 years. The asset value is 25 years. Why would you pick a company that's going to shut down next year? Think about that. 1. 2, make sure you can monitor it. If things go wrong, you need to know it's gone wrong and you need to fix it. Make sure you can monitor the performance. Make sure your company gives you reliable and great after-sales service. Make sure they're MNRE accredited. MNRE goes through a string of checks to make sure they're accredited. And finally, make sure they're present in India. You don't want them to be elsewhere when you can't find them. With that, I just want to say solar energy is within your reach today. Think about moving away from diesel. Thank you. If you have any more questions, you can reach me. My contact details are there.